everyone, how are you all doing today? Even though the Japanese national team was eliminated from the World Cup by Brazil, the Blue Lock adventure is still very much ongoing. While Igo is under intense pressure from Buratsuta, the Japan Football Federation president, and if they're eliminated, his Blue Lock project will be permanently over. Nagi, on the other hand, is also fighting hard for his comeback. Team Blue Lock is now preparing itself for their very last chance, winning against England to secure their qualification. But while the team is mentally confused and disoriented and is trying to grasp the profound meaning of Igo, the puppet of England suddenly makes its appearance and completely takes everyone by surprise. Chapter 352 of the Blue Lock manga, titled The Useless Good-for-Nothing Puppet, kicks off. Buratsuta is absolutely furious with Igo and warns him that if they lose, it's all over for them. Not only is he moving Project Size B forward behind the scenes, but he's also poured all this money into Blue Lock, so if they lose once more and fail to reach the World Cup knockout stage, everything will be for naught. Igo, referring to him as an old man, tells him to calm down and to have anticipated this situation. When Buratsuta doesn't quite comprehend his statement, Igo proceeds to explain that after their recent games with Nigeria and France, they've secured 1 win and experienced 1 loss, which, considering the current abilities of Japan, is an entirely expected and natural result. These words hold no importance for the money-obsessed Buratsuta. He emphasizes that if Igo loses again, he will be permanently banned from all of Japanese football. This means he won't just prevent him from becoming the national team coach, but he will also ensure he can't coach any club team. Igo says his plan has not failed, and he reminds him that he was hired to win the World Cup, not to earn money. It seems Buratsuta has lost a significant amount of money in betting, which is why he is under so much pressure. The controversial old man also reminds Igo that according to this specific contract, Sei will not be permitted to join the team until the knockout phase, and he will not allow him to make use of any of the winners from Project Size B until they have successfully progressed beyond the group stage. Of course, Igo himself had explicitly stated that he would never, under any circumstances, utilize B-tier winners. Now it's completely unclear what Nagi intends to do. Igo, calling him a money-grubbing raccoon dog, tells him to shut his mouth. This was a wager he initiated himself, and he simply has to win. Igo then dramatically loosens his tie, clearly signaling he's fully prepared for his new intricate schemes. Buratsuta, with his 4 eyes, calls out Igo. He pulls out his phone and says he talks a big game, and this isn't just his gamble. From here, we go to Project Size B. Shindo is sitting in a chair and Kira is getting a drink. Shindo, expressing his surprise at just how incredibly well equipped this entire place is, states that they really have no other option but to simply wait. Kira then expresses her sincere gratitude to him for picking her up. Shindo then points out that in this entire world, absolutely nothing is ever truly certain, and his only real reason for picking her up was solely to significantly increase his own personal chances of winning. Kira realizes that her selection wasn't due to Shindo's favor, and then Marmo calls out to her. At this exact moment, Nagi appears with a bloody nose and Shigeo is right there with him. And just look at Shigeo, who actually believes he has a chance to make it onto the Japan team. Nagi asks Kira where the first aid kit is located, because his nosebleed simply refuses to stop. Kira then hands him the box and Shigeo puts a plaster on his nose. Shindo tells Nagi he always knew Nagi was dangerous, that he would reach a really bad stage and wouldn't stop. He had analyzed him quite accurately. In DB, Nagi tells him to shut his mouth, and she truly dislikes his smooth talking because he speaks as if he knows absolutely everything. Shindo apologizes mockingly and insincerely, then tells her that tape and the messed up face actually suit her. I don't know what problem he has with Nagi's face that he enjoys seeing it messed up so much. Shigo also mentions that Shindo is a good speaker, but he's actually a terrible person here. The final 2 individuals in Size B are coming in. Ringo and Nishioka, who are known as Aomori's Messi, have successfully made it to the next stage. Overall, Hanro Shindo, Yusuke Kira, Shigeo Mizuki, Seishiro Nagi, Hajime Nishioka, and Ringo Pandemizu will all be progressing together to the second stage of Size B. Shindo declares that it's time for them to advance to the next level. Kira says, win and crush them. Hamivi. Nagi is also super ready for the next stage, and this time he doesn't want to lose to Shindo. It's time we head to the Blue Lock training grounds. Training ends and Otaya gives Ario water, while Bachira is thirsty like a dog. Karasu is deeply concerned about Blue Lock's situation, asking the others their thoughts on Jinpachi's words. Bachira says Igo's behavior was the same as always and he saw nothing new. Nico says it was a good reminder that Igo is still a lunatic. Shigiri also shares Karasu's view and doesn't believe it's possible to have a team where every single player aims to be the world's best striker. Karasu himself states that if they consider it logically, this team is nothing short of a walking contradiction. It's truly astonishing how strong they've become and that they've managed to reach this point. Iko says they couldn't defeat the King of France, and it's a course, and that's a fact. That's why they need to understand for themselves what Blue Lock truly means. Kwon says that's a good idea, but he doesn't think they've trusted Ego too much. Corona agrees with him, saying that while he respects Ego for bringing them all this way, Ego is truly just a crazy bookworm kid. Aiko suggests that instead of considering Ego a flawless and infallible leader, it would be better for them to maintain their distance from him, seeing him as a dangerous individual who teaches them perilous yet simultaneously astonishing things. Karasu shares this view and believes that now that they have suffered a defeat and possess the time for reflection, they ought to revert to the very beginning and inquire of themselves what specific kind of best in the world dream their ego is truly pursuing within Blue Lock. So, Blue Lock wants to understand if they really only want to become the best striker in the entire world. Who knows, maybe one wants to be a midfielder, another a goalkeeper, one a defender or a striker, and not all of them keep saying they want to be a striker. But I don't think this coup they're attempting against Ego will succeed, and Ego's philosophy must prevail. But before they could even fully comprehend the situation, a mysterious figure suddenly appears beside Corona. This individual, possessing bright hair and completely lifeless eyes, has come directly from the England national team and demands that Blue Lock intentionally forfeit their very next game. Okay guys, according to football regulations all across the globe, going to an opposing team's practice facility without permission is prohibited, and requesting such a thing from the rival team is considered an act of collusion, and they can even remove their team from the competitions entirely. But this is a manga, so we can't expect all rules to be strictly followed. The Blue Lock players are rightfully shocked and angered by this absurd request. This player calls himself a useless, worthless member of their opponent team England. His name is Teddy. Please pay close attention to these few points, as we will definitely be revisiting them in detail later on. Nanase expresses surprise at the utterly useless and ineffective words being spoken. Bachi, with a laugh, also questions, what on earth is wrong with this poor godforsaken soul? Teddy Khan wants to leave before he's even arrived, and he's hoping that Blue Lock will lose the game for them. Nanase stops him, stating they never agreed to any such thing, and asks where exactly he thinks he's going. Aiko puts her hand on his shoulder, telling him he's quite the humorous type. She doesn't know what plan he's hatched, or his true purpose for coming here and saying such a thing, but Blue Lock absolutely needs to win this game. Teddy, with a blank expression, says, oh, so you can't. How utterly troublesome. What should he do now? Because the fox had told him to come here, and if his request didn't work, he'd have to do something else. Here, he finally remembers what he needs to do, and suddenly, by kicking the ball into Bachira's face, he says he has to kill them all. If someone sends this video to FIFA, I think they'll be disqualified from the World Cup. Reichi and Nanase are completely shocked by this. Teddy asks if he shows them there's no way to defeat him, will they accept their loss? Aiko would become a captain full of fierce protectiveness. She asks him why he would do such a thing to their beloved monster. Teddy dribbles past Aiku's attack with incredible speed, and he also gets past Nico and Aryu with that same terrifying pace. Just imagine, he completely nullified Blue Lock's powerful defenders with such ease. Aiku is utterly shocked. Aryu quickly calls out to him, and Nico realizes that Teddy is truly one of those exceptional dribbling players. But when Bachira, with a wounded face, calls him an egoist, Teddy, with his aura bursting forth, declares he has no ego at all, but rather he is nothing more than a useless puppet. You might be wondering, Sina, why he behaves in such a manner and what exactly he means by being useless. Well, our brother's name is Teddy. Teddy usually refers to teddy bears, and quite interestingly, Teddy also refers to himself as a puppet. His teammate who sent him here to do this is named Fox the Fox, and he's probably their captain. The fox is an animal known for its cunning and deceit. If we put all this together, it means Teddy, playing defense for England, is being controlled by this fox. That's why he has a soulless face and eyes. Just imagine if Teddy has this much power without an ego, how much more powerful he'll become if his ego awakens. Blue Lock's situation was already bad due to the misunderstanding of ego, but now, seeing someone as powerful as Teddy who has no ego, it got even worse. Your thoughts and theories regarding this mysterious player and Blue Lock's current situation as they play against England? Be sure to share your thoughts in the comments below, and make sure to click on the video you see right here on your screen to watch it. I love you all very much, and I will definitely see you in the next video. Aido gang, goodbye.